Tracking? Come on, tracking. Let's do this. Hello. Right. Oh god, it's been ages since I had any live streams going on. I almost forgot how to do it. Same applies for No Dread because, well, I've been on holidays. I haven't been doing anything not enough tech related for like 12 days, and it feels like 3 months. So let's hope I remember. Anyway, welcome. Today it's a finale. 300 pounds, dollars, $300 giveaway from SwitchBot. That's the one. I remember. That's good. I remember. So hello to everyone. Hello to Mike and Robert and George. What else we have in say hi if you want to. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna quickly walk you through the stuff that I posted in the article and outline the benefits as well. And then we're gonna make something up in the No Dread to pick a winner. And yeah, that's the plan for today. So hopefully a little bit of nice and learning experience and an exciting bit. I'm hoping to do everything in like half an hour to 45 minutes. That's the plan. As usual, there's a contingency that we weren't going to close within that time. And yeah. Hello, cool stuff AE, and hello, Dan. How are you doing, guys? Oh, what a day I had. I've got wet. I got wet through actually because of various reasons. I had to transport a lot of furniture in my car. The boots was open. The furniture wasn't compatible with rain, and you can imagine the rest. And I've picked the worst possible moment when the all hell broke loose. Anyway. Back to what we are here for. This is my lovely table. Let's get some stuff in there. You should be able to see it. And there's some of the stuff in here that's already present, which we're going to talk in details. But the kit actually is a little bit bigger because of a couple of reasons. First of all, you can, well, cheat a little bit. There's a 35% discount code on my available to my readers, which means wherever you shop on SwitchBot, you can get 35%. And if you apply 35% to 300, that gives you a $405 of total spending money, and that's why I did. So it's not really a $300 giveaway; it's $405 giveaway plus whatever savings I managed to get in bundles. So I went through all the deals and I figured out what is the best way to complete a kit and give you the best value for your money. So that's why I ended up with. And yeah, so if you go to my website, which is obviously NotEnoughTECH, and go to the giveaway post, you'll notice that I've explained everything, and you'll notice the kit that is selected in here. That's the kit basically that you can win. And yeah, we're gonna kick things off with a switch bulb. So this is the switch bulb. And you know basically what the switch bulb is. It's a color RGB LED light, and you can use it to create light around you. Now, in a kit there are two, I believe. One for the main light, one for the mood light. And the reason behind it is because I know you could use a SwitchBot to toggle your main switch, but that's not what you're going to use, because it's nice to have that light in there and create extra moods. And for that, you're gonna need an RGB light. And if you wanna, for majority of time, I'm going to be using anyway the white light with different shades of colors, either warm or cold, depending on the situation. But to create that special mood, I usually use the side lamp instead, which works so much better than actually using the main lights. And that's why in the kit, I've included two of the light bulbs. Another position in there was a SwitchBot curtain. Now, SwitchBot curtain, it was one of the first devices that I actually discovered that were capable of dragging curtains along. And this is the improved version. This is ROD 2.0, which means it has independent spring-loaded mechanisms that actually can go on the telescopic rods, providing that telescopic gap isn't too big. If you have a 3D printer, you can print it up and make that transition easier. But SwitchBot was the first device that actually allowed me to drag the curtains. I don't know if it was the first device on the market and someone else did it and I just didn't hear about it, but it was one of the first devices that actually I've discovered. And it's a pretty cool idea. You just attach it to a rod and it drives. Now, in the set, you have two of these, because if you have a joiner in the middle, that's going to cause you problems, and obviously you don't want problems. And the reason I've included this, not some fancy other stuff, is that when you're automating curtains, you're automating basically a couple of things, 3 things, as I always say. You're automating curtains, so you automate the light. So basically, it's like having a switch bulb available in the day, right? So you're automating amount of light. By automating amount of light, you also automate the temperature inside. So if it's too hot, like in a heat wave, if you close the curtains, it will decrease the temperature inside, and it will save you money from running AC. And in the same fashion, in the winter, you'll save some money by closing the curtains early and save on heating. It's cheaper to run LED bulb than AC. So even if you think, oh yeah, but if I'm gonna close the curtain, it's gonna be dark. It's cheaper to actually, switch on the bulb than run AC for extended periods of times, and that's the reasoning behind it. Now, another thing is there is a light sensor in here as well, so you can actually use this to detect the brightness outside and use that as an indicator when the curtains should be shut, increasing your privacy. So, if you have a noisy neighbors and they're looking at you through the window, and every time you turn on the lights, for example, like with a SwitchBot bulb, then the neighbors will be able to see you from across the street, and you'll be able to automate it and close your curtains and increase the privacy, for example, in your bedroom or private areas. So that's another great reason for using SwitchBot. Now we're just gonna scroll through comments really quick. Hello to everyone that just joined. Hello Martin and Brian and Marketing Arya and John and David. Hello. So number 3 is, so you get 2 of these, I've mentioned already. I believe they were coupled with a SwitchBot, not the SwitchBot remote was coupled. So in SwitchBot remote was added to a bulb. There was a set that you can use the SwitchBot remote, and I've added this because if you're going to go for smart bulb, you need something to, keep tabs on your wall switch, and obviously people's going to be pressing the wall switch, disabling the smart bulb, and rendering your policies useless. So if you stick that next to it, they'll remember to press this button instead, and that way you kind of retain the same functionality. It comes as a bundle and it's quite useful. You can also set it to work with curtains as well, so it's quite nice. Right, next up, all of those things could be actually operated without the hub. So you could do it locally, you won't have to. With the SwitchBot you have access to cloud because it's a Wi-Fi. With this one you don't have access to cloud, so it works over Bluetooth, but you can do it directly from your phone. But if you get a SwitchBot hub, there's a couple of things that you're getting in exchange. Obviously you get the cloud functionality for all the Bluetooth devices. Now a lot of people kind of, when they hear, oh, it's over Bluetooth, why it's over the Bluetooth, why it's not whatever. Now, I don't know about you guys. I always had bad experience with Bluetooth in the past, and wherever Bluetooth was, I was just like, oh god, no, please. But honestly, SwitchBot has changed the way I look at Bluetooth, and I never experienced any problems with these devices. I don't know whatever the magic to do with Bluetooth, but it works really well, and I don't care. If it works, it works. I don't care if it's Bluetooth. The advantage of that is that for most of the devices, because they're Bluetooth operated, you don't even have a hub, and you can run them from your phone directly without any hub or without cloud connectivity, and that's an option. So if you're concerned about your privacy, you can throw away the hub and still use your smart devices. Some options going to be less, you won't be able to change certain things and apply advanced policies, but it is another option for you possible. So that's one of the reasons I actually like what they're doing. So another thing that this does, apart from joining all of these devices together, is the fact that it has infrared blaster. And I could not overstate how useful infrared blaster is. I actually have that one of them in a bedroom, which basically what it happens, my Node-RED detects when my projector comes online, because it's a smart projector. So when the projector is pingable, I close the curtains because otherwise I won't be able to see anything, and this device issued a couple of commands. First, it will turn on my hi-fi bit, which is the stereo sound, which is infrared based, so it blasts the infrared signal and then sets a correct channel for it, so it connects to my projector, and that way I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just turn on the projector with a remote, and it will do the sound for me, do the curtains, do the lights if they enabled. And this is very super useful with infrared built in. So it's worth actually thinking where you're gonna put it in. If you put it in the same room as with, for example, your television, You can synchronize this. For example, you can enable television with a single button or mobile app. It will close your curtains, do the television, set your preferred channel or whatever movie, and do the sound for you, and lots of different stuff that is infrared based. So that's very useful and it's quite nice. If you have any if they have like a presets for remote controllers, but you can just record actual signal from the remote controller by holding it and pointing at this box, and it'll record exactly what you need for those obscure devices that you may have. Right, next up was a SwitchBot meter. So this is a SwitchBot meter plus, and it's a sensor, temperature and humidity sensor with these big displays, and it's a kind of improvement over the previous one. Now, why temperature meter? Why not something else? First of all, as I previously mentioned, it will work with your SwitchBot. By that time, you'll have your SwitchBot meter, you'll have your hub, and you'll have your curtains. So you can use actively curtains to monitor for optimal zones, and use the curtains to keep that temperature in an optimal range. That way your house isn't overheating, you can actively measure it and set it to your preference. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably know that over the last couple of... actually, I can show you. Let's see. If you're in the UK, you know that we have a heat wave, right? So it was bad. It was very hot. And I was on holidays, and my holidays I've picked the center of the heat wave because because it was planned before we found out about the heat wave. So I've created a dashboard, like a very quick dashboard for my conservatory, in which I would record the temperature of my conservatory outside, inside the conservatory when it's locked, and the temperature outside during the heat wave. So I did that, and let me just say that it got hot. It got really hot. Okay, so let me show you this. So this is the dashboard specifically done by it, and I'm just gonna zoom in and show you the results. So this here, this period here, this is already hot because it was already 30 degrees, but the windows in the conservatory and the main door was open, so the conservatory was chilling at 45 degrees, and you can understand where I have this problem. I was using this particular this sensor inside. So on the next days we had a first heat wave, and it topped out at 38.1 in the shadow outside in my garden, but the temperature rose to 68.4 because I was away, the conservatory was locked, and half of the roof was already covered with blinds. I have blinds for the half of the conservatory because they're expensive and I couldn't afford the other one. So that raised the temperature 68.4, and this actually survived, which I was very, very, very surprised. And the following day, when the temperature got to 41, we topped out at 69.7, so nearly 70 degrees of Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that would be, I don't know, 140, something ridiculous. So when I got home, I have to tell you guys that the LCD screen was blank. There was nothing inside it, but the temperature sensor was still working. The heat actually caused the rubber that conducts. There is a rubber that conducts the signal from the PCB to the LCD display, and that got malformed because of the heat. So I fixed that, and everything is working back again. So this is tested up to 70 degrees, really good. And yeah, on the batteries, honestly, they last forever. I still got these, which I got them like a year ago on the original batteries, and they state that they have nearly full battery, so they're brilliant. All right, what else do we have in here? Let's take a look. Where's my mouse? Where's my article? In the article, we have SwitchBot bot. Okay. So SwitchBot bot. For all of those things where you want to automate something and you just can't. There's some awkward button that you need to press, whether it's a kettle. I actually automated kettle with one of these, or actually I have one now on top of my projector because I was lazy and I don't now really have to find my remote. I can say just hey Alexa, just turn on the projector and it will do that for me. Then that will kick my node red. and Node-RED will do all the infrared and make sure the sound is there. That gives me enough time to actually locate the projector, and by the time everything is on, I'll not locate the projector, or locate the remote for the projector, and by the time I do it, everything is on. So that's how it works. So if you want to automate something that is not usually automatable, or just wall switches and stuff like that, because it works pretty well, SwitchBot is pretty good at that. Now, it's strong enough to deal with most of the switches. However, I did encounter a couple of switches in UK that were very hard to press anyway with my fingers, which causing fingers to actually put some, hard work. But I was able to bend a couple of small pieces of metal inside to release that tension inside, and the switches was easier to press, and SwitchBot was handling it. It's an edge case scenario. You shouldn't really have that much of an issue with it. So that is what you can do with the SwitchBot, and it can press and hold, and it can press and go back depending on what sort of setup you've got. But what else do we have in there on my thingy? We have SwitchBot contact sensor. Now, usually I would say at this point, get a motion sensor, but SwitchBot has actually everything in one. So this is a contact sensor, so a magnet usually goes on one of the sides. And yeah, this is a brilliant device because it has a light meter, so you will be able to detect the light. And it has a motion sensor, and you will detect the motion in front of it. And it has a button which you can use to arm the devices, or let this contact sensor know that you left the building rather than you entered the building. So it's a very smart contact sensor, which is a really cool device. It's basically 3 use cases in one, so that's what you're getting. It's not strict motion sensor in the same sense, but you have that motion sensor ability to kind of support it itself, and it's pretty clever in how it detects what happens with your doors. So it's strongly recommended to use with doors, whether you have like a front and exit ones. Those are really nice. Right, let's have a look through the comments because there's a couple of them. So hello to everyone. I'm doing great. I'm very tired, but I'm doing great. Automation called sexy time, and then use the SwitchBot bot to do the rest while you just stand. Okay. I can imagine myself solving out the problem my parents got with the TV, or automate old TV boxes. Yeah, with the infrared blaster you could do all of that, and you can, like I said, select channels, and with voice sound you can say, hey, switch on the BBC One, and you'll have this switching on the BBC One in correct order. Dirty Sanchez, Shema. And Forged, hello. What we have, thanks for breaking the broken stuff. You're very welcome, George. You might want to have it filled in and then auto heat nearing the wake up time. Yeah, that you could do as well, actually. That's nice. Can it switch back on something like a light switch rocker? That would depend on the position. So for the rocker switches, it goes up and down. This goes like this, right? So if your rocker kind of allows you to be flipped, because you can use that pull motion to kind of set the rocker into one position. And then, let me just think about it. We'll extend it. If you have a rocker, you could push the rocker with this and pull it with a tab. Yes, you could. Yes, in theory you could. In practice, you might find it difficult to find a position for SwitchBot to do it, because when this goes down, you'll push the rocker forward, and when this goes up, you will pull the rocker by the hoop that it got in here. So it has a nice hoop in here, which you can add with the 3M tapes to your rocker, and it will pull the rocker. So yes, you can do it. There are videos on the SwitchBot website showing you in what situations this would work quite well. Okay, now let's continue. What we have next. We have SwitchBot LED light, and this is one of the devices. I don't have it in here. I have it somewhere here. I'll just quickly take it. I'll be looking for it. I knew I should have labeled these. There it is. Sorry for that. I completely forgot about it. So, this is a vanity thing, but it's very useful, especially for kitchen. So, I'm not going to lie, having a music option is nice, but I'm not using it that often. For the most part, what I do, I set it to one color which is different from the main lights, for example using the switch bulb. Let me just change the camera as well, it's going to be easier. So this is how it looks like. You can either use there's a couple of buttons, but obviously it's smart as well. So for the most of the part, my tip is if you're going, I'm using it in the kitchen to highlight the worktop, right? That extra light is nice and creates the depth in the kitchen that looks really nice. So if you have these, for example, to set to neutral or warm light, set it to cold and it will give you a really nice depth to your kitchen, and you'll notice how different the kitchen can look like. As for the colors, honestly, unless someone's in my house and I want to show off, I don't bother because I don't have the need. I mean, you can have a different policy for your, I don't know, dinner and stuff like that, but it's one of those things that I don't really need it in my life, honestly, unless I need to impress someone. But, you know, it's down to you. Your automation is going to be completely suited to you, right? Right. Okay. Right. And do we have anything? The latest addition. So the last thing is the SwitchBot, a smart plug. It's a humble device, you know, it's a smart plug. Now the advantage of this device that is nice, small, but it has a power meter in it and you can react to the power levels. So back in the day I did a write-up in which I would automate a washing machine. Why would I automate my stupid washing machine? Mostly because, well, I'm stupid and I don't remember to take out the washing machine and I needed a reminder. And I wrote this elaborate setup, really nice, works perfectly. That reads the power curve of the washing cycle, and then once the washing is complete, I'll issue notifications to Alexa, nag me, get some notification from my phone, etc, etc. Now the point is that you can actually reproduce this with SwitchBot Smart Plug as well. You just set it when the power reaches 0, get yourself a notification. It's not going to be as bulletproof and foolproof as my setup, but it will work. It honestly works unless you have like a very weird cycle when you have like a stop in the middle and doesn't draw any power. Probably you don't, but yeah, that's the only scenario. But you could actually, yeah, when the power draw reaches 0, just get yourself a notification and that's it. So this is available, as you can see from the layout, this is available in US only. So if the winner is going to be in US, they're going to get a power plug. If they are not in US, they're going to get another SwitchBot bot to automate something else. So that is the giveaway itself. And like I said, if you are not that lucky, then you can browse the article I've just pasted. It has all that information, all those goodies that we were just went through. And you also can use the SwitchBot code to get yourself a nice 35% discount on your shopping, which is nice because, you know, discounts. Plus, like I said, it works with your bundles. So if you go to their website, the bundles will still give you extra savings and you'll end up with a lot of kit for your money. Okay, so now you know what you're gonna win. Let's make it happen. I usually do some Node-RED contraptions, right? So let's try this out. I honestly have forgot how to do it, most of the things. This is Node-RED 3.0, which I'm supposed to be writing about quite soon. But let's hope I remember how to do things. In my location, which is, where do I set it? Columns, comma, that's fine, name. Where's the location of it? I honestly forgot how to do stuff. Oh god, that's gonna be fun. I need to read file. You see, that's gonna be fun. So, in my home directory, so path home pi switchbot csv.csv. There is a file which contains all the entries from my giveaway, right? Those are basically downloaded in there. And we want them as this, encoding nodes, that's fine. So those are contestants. So depending, and we can trigger that with the input inject node. So let's get it. So this simple flow, what it does, it will take that file, read it, parse it as a CSV, and I should get some messages based on that. So I want first row contains column names. Yes, that's correct. First one message, never send column headers. We don't want headers. Let's see if this works well, and let's see what we're gonna get at the end, right? So this is on my object. I should get an Arya, I think. Let's take a look. I probably want to move the camera somewhere less interrupting, and disable this because it's not going to be oh, let's have a look. Let's do it again. Ah, look at it, all the people in here. Oh, they are on here, right? Those are you guys. Those are you guys. I'm quickly gonna delete that because we don't want to share the details with the entire world. So we need to do something. We need to pick a single person. So this single person at the end is gonna be verified if they follow SwitchBot on Twitter. So if you're on the list, if you're not following SwitchBot on Twitter, you do it now, because I'm going to check it at the end of the and for your luck, we're gonna go to the SwitchBot. SwitchBot, here you go. Just make sure you follow them. If you want, I will disqualify you if that's not working. All right. Okay. And I want current flow. Okay. So we have an idea of loading this. Now we can store this as an array. So we can create a function. In this function, for every message, we're going to be pushing that message into an array, right? And so my first, I'm not typing. I probably want to increase the size so you could see it as well, right? Is that good? Person, message, payload. So that's this is where my person sits, and the person is gonna have some details in there, right? They're gonna have the name, the country they're from, and the email address, and whether they subscribe, the Twitter username, and whether they subscribe to the newsletter. So that information is going to be there. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm probably going to need a couple of information. I'm going to require the number, arbitrary number, which I'm going to kind of set. I'm going to need their name. So let's do name, initial. Yeah. And then we're going to need, what we're going to need. We're going to need Twitter handle. And we're going to need country. All right. So person name is going to be person dot name or something like that. I'm gonna verify these values in a second. Their initial is gonna be their initial, right? Again, that's probably gonna be person, I don't know, ID or Twitter ID. I don't remember how I set it. I'm gonna find out in a second. Or there might be just and the country. All right. So let's give it a whirl, and we'll see. We're gonna take one person, and we're gonna see what kind of details they are being displayed, and how to assign them. So I'm going to break this link. I'm not going to assign anything here now. I'm just going to display wherever there was. Again, just a couple of entries, and see. So this is how this is our stuff, right? So we can look at this. Twitter username, copy path. What? Can you not copy path? What happened? That's new. That is new. This is not, it used to be. Okay, so this is how we're doing it. Oh, this is new thing. So message dot person dot payload Twitter username. Okay, so this is how we're doing it. All right, so let's grab this. Let's delete all of that, and I'm gonna open myself a notebook, and I'm going to keep that on the side. So now that we know the form, all I have to do is just fill this in correctly. So email address, do we need an email address? We don't need an email address, right? Because we're gonna have identified by the Twitter handle. So Twitter username, the country of residence, it's like this. So person, like that. That's new. Didn't know you can do it. See, I've learned something. This is you used to copy it in a different way, but now, where is it confirm payload? Wow. Okay. Okay. So it was complaining about this. Such payload. He was complaining about the dot. I'm stupid. Person. Like it should work like that. No, it's. There is no dot. There is no dot. So it's like this. Okay. Now I know. Person. Now we have in here, we're gonna have the initial. The initial is the initial of your last name. Very creative of me. And the person's name is your first name. Alright, those should be the details. Okay, now you have a nice. So that's the winner's statistics we want, and we can kind of display it if we want. So that's gonna be set for every single time the message is displayed, and we have 70 winners. So for every message, we're gonna take this and we're gonna create an array. So winners, and this is our array, which we probably should create. We should read directly, so I can't do it here because that's gonna go every time. So we need to have it earlier. So let's do it on start. Let's create a flow set, and then we're gonna have our array here. So my array is gonna be winners, and we're gonna just set it as an empty array. That should work. Okay, and this is when I deploy this. Now you'll see that should be here in my context data, where my winners are stored here as an array, right? And now we can start sending, pushing this. So each time I'll be able to read this array. So when we got here, we wanted to read this array. Flow get. So we have our winners. We're gonna get the winners as well here. And then we're gonna push winners push. We're gonna push an object to it, and this object is gonna be our candidate, and we need to create a candidate. which we can easily access. I know I kind of I'm stripping basically this object here, so I'm stripping it and creating a very simple one, so we don't have to. So we have name, it's gonna be our name, then we have initial, and you guessed it, it's gonna be the initial we have this set, and so on and so on. So initial Twitter, we're gonna have our Twitter handle, and we have country, and we have our country. There you have it. We have our candidate. And now, when I do this, I need to save this. So I'm going to do flow set winners winners, and we're going to do winners, new state of winners, right? So after pushing to this array, we're going to save it now. Now, do we have everything? Not yet. Syntax error. So we have a problem here. Now, I just need to make sure we have an array read in here, so it's going to be empty. It's set. We're going to push the candidate. It's not going to be empty, and we're going to be sending this. On the next stage, we're going to be getting filled in. Yeah, that should work. That should give us our array. So let's give it a whirl, right? Let's have a look. If I give it a whirl and refresh this, I should see now all my 70 whatever candidates. Oh, look at that, 72 people. Well done, every person is here. Nice. Okay. So now we can create a logical notification for it, right? So we can actually create a logic notification. But before we do that, I'm going to check something. If I've promised to you that we could actually, can we actually do this in there? Do you know that SwitchBot has API? We can actually interact with devices, and we can get information about everything from Node-RED. So I have this in my write-up. You go to here, if you type SwitchBot API, it'll give you exact this Node-RED an explanation of how it works. And if I'm correct, we should be able to trigger our winner from the SwitchBot app. That would be cool, isn't it? So this is the API information and how it works. I'm just going to paste it for you on this. Thank you, Nightmare. That's very appreciative. More subscribers means more work. That's the problem. So if I remember correctly, I think we can do scenes. Let's have a look. Executing scenes. So I can execute scenes. Can I get information about the scenes being executed though? I can execute it, I cannot get, so no, I need a trigger device for something. There's not many trigger devices here. I can do the contact sensor. Should we do the contact sensor? Yes, contact sensor with a button. What are you using to get the box around node row? You mean like this? This box. If you hold Control down and press the left mouse button, that will give you this. So, all right, let's finish. Okay, so now we know this works. So let's write the logic. Now we have a random number generator. Random. So this is a random number generation in here. So when we're using this, right, I can set it here. We need a trigger. So when I do this, let's switch it back to dashboard. Let's switch it back to my debug messages. So let's deploy this. you can see I have a random number generator, right? So I'll let you specify what is the number from to 2. And I know I have 73 people, so I want to pick inclusive 1 to 73. And now, each time I select, I'm gonna have a number from 1 to 73. But I can't just plug this in because the person number 73 never is gonna be picked because, well, it's out, the array is 0 indexed. So we need to adjust this number. So what we need to do, we need to take a function node. I could either do it from 0 to 72. That's one way. Or I could just do it with a function node and divide, add, or subtract 1 from the final number. So I'm in the range of the array I'm creating here, right? So this is how you win stuff. Now we probably want a pop-up or display or something like that. And we can display the winner. So let's do it really quickly. Let's get a dashboard. Working with dashboards, it's very easy. What do we have? What we want to display? We want to display we want a button to draw the winner, right? We want to have a text, and we want to have a notification, maybe. Notification is nice, okay. Okay, let's work with this. So we need to get them set. So I need to change this. Tab home, new dashboard tab. Icon name, giveaway, SwitchBot. Excellent. All right, now it'll work. So that's our tab, and date, name, update, giveaway, and we need to also edit the group. Can I? No, went too far out. Dashboard group, and we want this to be like this, and we want to name it winners, because why not? Okay, now that we have it selected, if I set all of them into the same, that's not needed. If I deploy this, go to my super extra cool dashboard. It's in here. You can tell. I've overridden it. Damn it. Okay, let's fix it really quick. I always confuse the group with tabs. It really. So tab is. Can I add the tabs and add the group? And I want to move this into here. And now I want to delete this. And now I just need to deploy it. Yes, okay. Close. And now we have tab 3, which is called winners. We have a button, we have text. Look at that, I fixed it. So now we can name stuff. So the winner is, and the winner is, here we're gonna format it in a second. We want this layout because why not? Let's probably edit the tab because tab is the number 3. This is giveaway. Good, update, and that should be better, and that should update in here. That's great. So how do we, and this is pick a winner, button pick a winner. Now we can pick the winner. So when I pick the winner, I can create a random number and I can plug this number here and it will display the number. So let's have a look how it works, right? If you go to NotEnoughTECH, if I click, and winner is 64, winner is 9, and ta-da, we are. I like the suspense building in it. Okay, so the pick a winner is nice. Now we will make it even worse. How do you make it worse? And why do we make it worse? Let's make a delay. Hello, we have a delay. So let's put a delay function here. 5 seconds. Let's plug it here. and timeout 5 seconds maybe. Well, let's make it 4 seconds, and let's say I'm setting this via message payload, right? I think. Let's double check on this because I don't remember. Show message payload. Okay, done. All right. So we need to set the message payload. So let's do a change node, because we can, with a change node, we can set a message payload, and we want to hold on. Thinking. Look at that, and that's gonna be so cool. Delay in the wrong place. Yeah, sorry, that should be here. Okay. Right, that should be working. See, we have a pop. Oh, you don't see the other one. That's not rescaled. Why this is not aligned? Is it better now? Hold on. Can you? See? So you'll display that for 4 seconds, and then it will update the number. So that's the thing, right? And now another thing that we can do is we can reset the number. So we have here, how do we reset the number? When we pick a winner, first we're gonna inject a empty number. So inject, we need a change will work, so another best, and we, instead of picking a number, we're gonna be adding here straight away, we're gonna be adding, what do we say? I don't know, I don't want to say thinking again because it makes no sense. No winner just yet. Alright. Look at that. Beautiful. So now the dashboard says, no winner just yet. Hold on, I'm thinking. And the winner is 0. So this is how you basically make a generator. Now, I'm a little bit limited on the time. I had a plan when I would introduce API, because what I can do, you know, when you have this one, whether the NotEnoughTECH for SwitchBot, there is an API which allows you to look up the username for Twitter on API and see if that list, and then download the list of followers from SwitchBot and match the username versus that list. So that way I wouldn't have to check in here. But to implement this, unfortunately, I would have to prep this in advance, but I had so many things to do today that I didn't have enough time. So it's one of those things, and I don't think I can implement in this. Did it reach the reset thread before winner was deployed, or the race condition? No, I shouldn't, because this is just on a separate thread. So this counts to 4, then disappears, and then displays this, and that stays until I press the button again, and then no winner just yet changes as soon as I press the button. Oh, come on, it's not that complex. Okay, now this looks a little bit messy, so let's clean it up a little bit so we'll know what we're doing. We don't need a debug. We don't need a debug for now. Let's fix this and make it organized, right? So you'll know what's going on. So this is our user interface, right? This is our user interface. So let's menu, groups, group selection, and we have UI, right? And we gonna say this to orange, why not? Sandra, done. And maybe a background would be nice to like maybe fixed white. So this is our user interface, right? This is our how to pick a random number. Right, and let's make a nice little color green maybe with a filled bright green. And there you have it in the black text. Right, and this is our go on, group selection. this is our big brother list of names. So this is how I obtain the names, right? And if you just joined me and you want a short explanation on how this works, we're gonna run it before I finally press the button and get everything connected. So yeah, so I've downloaded all people into a CSV format, and I've included this on my Raspberry Pi. It's here. This is all of you guys. This is here, right? So those are people. When I press this, or when I press the button, I going to read all that entries from the file, right? And then I'm going to get those translated into a CSV values, which they gonna be populating my custom array, which is basically from 0 to 72, because that's how many people I've got, 73 people. So that's what it does. In here, I have a random press. We'll pick a number from 0 to 72, and it will get this number. I'll do nothing with this number. This isn't needed, actually. I thought I was using it, so I'm not using it right now, so it's even easier now. So it'll get and display this number in my dashboard. So that's what it says here. It displays the number in the dashboard. And lastly here, when I press the button here, what it does, it waits 5 seconds, right? So it doesn't do anything with this. But while it's waiting, it shows you a notification which says, hold on, I'm thinking. And also resets the previous number to no winner just yet. Alright, and then after 5 seconds, it picks a number and it says that number is in the message payload. That's your number, that's your winner. That's basically it. So when I do it, that's how it acts. Very simple. Ta-da, 44. Okay. Right, I think we are ready now. This is annoying bit, because this is where I'm going to be testing it and some names going to pop in, and I know that if a name from a chat's going to pop in, that person's going to be very upset because they didn't get picked. So I'm trying not to do it. I came in late. When the number 72 comes from, that's 73 entries. Now, in order for the entries to be in an array is 0 indexed. So your first entry in an array is number 0. Your second entry in an array is number 1. So if you have 73 people to put in an array, you'll start with a 0 and you'll end up on 72nd element. So the total, you're gonna have 1 to 72 plus 0, 73 elements in your array. And that's something very useful to remember when you're working with arrays. They usually use 0 indexed exceptions in different languages, but for the JavaScript, they're 0 indexed. Now this is 72 people and the giveaway, and the 72 people are on a list. So I know for a fact that this number here can be used in that can be used to generate the winner. And how would I do it? So let's have a look. My number. My number sleeps here in the message payload. That is what's displayed in that dashboard, right? So I can grab this number and save it as a lucky number. But then I need to know which number on the list it is. So I need to get the list, and I already in here I'm saving this list, right, as my flow set winners. So I can get that list back. So I can get var winners, because everyone is a winner, equals flow get, and then this winners, the name of the list. All right, so that sleeps in configuration nodes, context data in here. So those are my winners. See, that's what I'm getting entire this array in here. Now there is a trick that you can actually probably do something like this and pass a lucky number, and that would work. Apart from this, that could probably work. I'm not 100% sure. We could test it, but I recently discovered that you can actually get part of that information, so you can get like number 10 from here only. But for the sake of the example and better understanding, we're just going to do it step by step. So once I've got all the people, they're gonna be stored in a winner, right? So my lucky person, my lucky person, and one thing, person is winner. It's winners, by the way, winners. Let's be consistent. It's winners, and then to access the array, lucky number. So that's gonna be that person, and that person is gonna be in that lucky person. We're gonna have their name, initial, Twitter, and country. And if I wanted to display all that information, now I can, because I know which lucky person is in there. So I could pass this information to my dashboard and display it as a dashboard. So I can create a, for example, text, var text, and in text I could put something like that, congratulations, and then add the lucky, you can do that as well. Control space to do this, lucky person, and we want to access the name, and then we want to access add the space after the name, and then we want to add their initial. All right, so the initial would be lucky person, initial, and then we want to add that this lucky person is from, and then we want to add the lucky person country, right? And then we want to add something cheeky. Let's see if you actually following SwitchBot on Twitter. Cool. Your username is, and then add this person, lucky person, Twitter, and then add the dot at the end, because why not? Okay, so this is our text, right? We can now, if I display that without drawing it, it's going to be just an empty without populating it. So if I want to display this, I would do something like that. I'll cancel this, test this, not getting a random number, I don't need it. I should get just the text displayed in that. Let's see. 5 seconds. I didn't display. I have to press this. I have to press this for now because it's not linked to this one, I think. No? Ah, I need to set it as a message. Sorry. So message, let's say message text. So this is a new object equals text. There you have it. And then we want to display here, and the winner is message text. Okay. Now if I press this, and the winner is something's missing here. So let's see if there's any mistake. Message text, var text, congratulations. That's gonna be empty. That's fine. That should be fine. What's going on? Am I getting an error because of the rest of it? I think I just need to comment this out to test it. Because I bet I'm going to get a debug message in here, which was an error. And that was giving, yeah, line 6, so lucky person not defined. So let's disable the lucky person. Lucky person not defined. Okay. Oh! Go back. Alright. It will, okay, but that will work. I know that will work. I know this will work. Okay. So, I know this will work. So what we have to do is get that number from here. And the moment I press this one now, it will pick a winner. Okay? And this is annoying because I want to test this, which means when I pick a winner now, someone's gonna be drawn, and that person's gonna be a test object, so they're not going to win, or maybe they will win again. But you know, it's annoying bit. So yeah, all right. That's the person I'm going to pick now. It's a test object, so I do apologize. This is just a test. This is not an actual winner, but let's see if this works. Let's investigate. So there is a delay. We're picking a random number. We already have everything set in here because our context data is set. Right, so that's fine. And we're picking number from 0 to 72, so everyone's included, and everything else is working. So this. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take that screen out. Do you want me to leave the screen on? Do you want me to do it off the screen to see it's working? Which one? You can choose. You can have this and see the person that didn't win, or maybe, like I said, that person will be included in a second draw. Don't get me wrong. If I'm going to test this, if I'm gonna click it on again, statistically speaking, that person has 1 in 73 chances of winning again. So it's, you know, it's just random. So yeah. Let me know. Do you want to see this or? Another test price. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Change the text to the. That is a great idea. Congratulations. From country. From. Let's do plus. You almost won a. Good luck in the actual draw. Okay, that looks good. Right. Okay, so lucky number, message payload. That's fine. Winners gets winners from here. That's fine. Then the lucky person is the winners, and then a lucky number, and then lucky person's name, initial, Twitter, and country. Okay. And then message text equals text. So that's my text, and it's everything. Okay, everything's looking good. I think we can give it a go. Deploy. Open dashboard. Right. Okay, and is that updated as well? Let's see. It's double brackets here, right? Yes. Message text. That's okay. Value format. I need to result. Let's do this. It's gonna be a little bit nicer. Okay. Right. Okay. We ready for a test run. We are ready for a test run. I hope this works. Okay. Let's go. This is just a test. Didn't work. We've missed something. Okay. You see, this is why we be testing stuff. Okay, reading name. Properties can't be defined. Where? Here. So it couldn't read name. Did I misspell this? Context data. Name. Lucky person should have a name. So I'm not able to access name, and this is a first object as well, which means my winners might not be set. Why my winners aren't set? So winners going to be set as an array. I'm accessing okay. My message payload should be fine because that worked. I'm actually surprised that didn't work. Okay, let's investigate. So we can do node 1, and we can get in here information who they think the lucky person is, like this. So let's try that and see what computer thinks when I'm actually gonna do this. And again, I go debug messages. Undefined. Okay, so something isn't defined in... I'm getting a correct number because this is integer, so I'm not getting my list right. What am I missing? I've missed something, guys. I've missed winners, double N, right? That's spelled flow get. So I should have this. Lucky number here. Is it correctly spelled? Yes. In the correct brackets? Yes. What am I missing? Ah! Okay, right. I haven't refreshed my list for long. The list is empty because every time I change something in... Okay, so what happened was, every time I've entered my stuff in here on start. So every time I deploy this and I have a change, it will reset this, right? And it will set it to 0. So that's something to remember. If you don't change anything, that's fine. But if you change this node or something, it will reset this. So you see, I've refreshed this and at the moment it's 0. If I'm gonna do this, I'm going to populate it and now I have everyone. So now this will work, because it will actually throw it. So this is a test, guys. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Why the countries here? Someone could enter this in an incorrect way, so that could be a mistake of here. Now, I didn't save the number, so I don't know which person it is, but this could be someone incorrectly filling the form, because looking at the... let's see if I'm correctly assigning countries again. So initials correct, Twitter and country. Yeah, I'm assigning this correctly. And I'm pulling this correctly from here. So lucky, congratulations, lucky person name, lucky person initial. So someone put the name and initial as European Union. So that's not something I could predict, really. I can't verify this. But it works. That should be fine. everything else on here was working fine. I get the username, I get for the Twitter, and oh no, this is from, it's fine, this is European Union. What, I ran out of space, I need to fix the layout. Let's fix the layout. That's what happened. If you go to dashboard and you go to layout, see this doesn't have much space, right? We can fix this. And that, it's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's fix it again. Button. I wanted this one to be here, and I wanted result to be bigger. That's what I wanted to do. Ah, you see, now we can see everything. Okay, so that's how it's gonna work. Alright? Right. So now, because I've changed stuff, if I go in here and refresh, I didn't change anything in here, right? So I didn't touch this function. If I touch this function and go here or wherever and enter a space, look what happened when I deploy it and reset it, I have a 0, no one's here, right? So that's why previously I was not getting anyone. Okay, so I fixed the layout, everything is now good. All I have to do is just reset the results. So let's go add manual reset, and this is get it really quickly. I need to save it as a bloody hell. Where's message text? And I want this to be my string, and I want this to be here, and okay, right. Now we are ready. Right, not going to keep you waiting any longer. But we're ready now. We're going to do it for real. We know it works. We know the person can get selected, and we can grab their username and verify if they're following SwitchBot. So we have everything and we are set. I hope you are ready, guys, because the next person that's going to be appearing on the screen will be the person. So let's see if we have. First, we need to populate again our CSV. So let's populate our CSV. Let's verify. We have 73 people. Right, from 0 to 72. I am picking from 0 to 72, which is correct, so everyone is included, those numbers are inclusive. And now we are ready to pick a winner. Alright, there's a Zigbee trash talk going on the screen. I can see it. Zigbee has its own uses, and yeah, and I think that I'm not going to get into that battle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a winner and run. No, I know. Before we pick a winner, one more thing. Because I think it's worth a good opportunity to kind of plug that in. So I'm going to go to my desk for a second, and I'm going to show you, like, this is what you're gonna win in the quantities I already told you about. But there's some other cool stuff I'm gonna get on my channel. So there's a new temperature sensor from a company. There is a NS Panel Pro. That's gonna be unboxing maybe tomorrow. What else we have? I have a new gimbal, which is a mirror version of this, but it has a really cool feature, which I'm excited to talk about. There is another cool things that I'm going to be talking about. There is finally Argon Eon. There is a new version. Speaking of Zigbee, there's a new version of Son of Zigbee USB dongle, which doesn't use EFR. Sorry, doesn't use CC26551, I think. It uses EFR inside. So I'm going to be testing a new edition versus the old edition. What else do we have in here? We have a lot of interesting things. I have these microbits kits that we're going to be talking about soon. There is a review pending for those incredibly nice speakers. That's going to be up soon. there is a... What else? We're going to be talking about the NAS drives and compare the NAS drives, and there is this little device that does something cool, and I'll tell you all about it as well. Do I have any more cool stuff? No. Okay, now that I've spammed you with everything, we're gonna just go back to confirm that I haven't changed anything with you. So you can see that everything is set as it was to be, and we are ready to pick a person. So let's go. Let's go with the giveaway. Oh yeah, don't forget, almost won the big... That's a good shout. This is a good shout, HD. This is a very good shout. Let's do this. Let's fix this. There. So now we have congratulations from blah. Let's see if we're following SwitchBot on Twitter. Your username here. Okay, so I'm gonna deploy this. Gonna verify we have all the people. Now we are ready. Drumroll. I can't do the drumroll. Let's see. Now, if the person doesn't follow on Twitter, I'm going to discard the entry and pick another one. If they follow on Twitter, they're gonna be legit winner, and I'm gonna give them 7 days to respond to my emails with all the details, and I'll send a reward. SwitchBot will be fulfilling the reward for them, so they're gonna be sending them directly. And if they are not complete all the information via email within that 7 days period when I'm reaching out, or they won't respond, I will pick another person at random offline. That's the deal. All right, go. Hold on, I'm thinking. And the result is, congratulations to Sean K from USA. And let's see that you're actually following SwitchBot on Twitter. So this is his Twitter ID that he entered. I'm gonna replace this with this. And we press this magical button. Yeah. So congratulations to Sean K from USA. I'm going to be sending you an email, and I'm hoping to hear from you within the next 7 days. And you're gonna be claiming the reward specified in that write-up about SwitchBot. Where is it? Here, this one. So anyone who was unlucky, they can still get themselves a really nice discount and some information on how to get a little bit better deal and end up with, I think, approximately $430 in total for the price of 300. So give it a go. And yeah, if you think SwitchBot has got you covered, then bear in mind that there are 3 new devices coming out from SwitchBot very soon, and I'll be covering it all. And 2 of them are really, really cool. So pay attention to that. Right, is Sean in here? No, I don't think so. I don't think I can see it. Let's see. Participants. No. Okay, so good luck to Sean. Thanks so much for all of you for watching. I promise getting back to regular posting now that I've finished with my holidays and I'm back. And yeah, got some cool stuff and a couple of nice announcements coming up, so I hope you're gonna enjoy that. It's, well, I promised half an hour, 45 minutes. It's 1 hour 20. It's the usual. Okay. Right, I'm going to go and rest a little bit because I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a long day, and yeah, I have some writing to do. Tomorrow I'm going to be probably doing unboxing for the SwitchBot Pro. I can't talk in full about it. I'm restricted until 8th of August. So on 8th of August I'm gonna get upgrades of the firmware, and then I'll be able to test the features and update you, but I'm able to turn it on and I'll show you that. So that's gonna be tomorrow on the live stream, and maybe I'll have an article for tomorrow already, we'll see. Right, yeah, I promise some more Node-RED live tutorials. I have a couple of cool ideas what to try, and hopefully some of you will like it. So thanks so much for your time, guys. It's been amazing. Thanks for correcting my mistakes and making sure I was able to pick the correct person in a correct format and deliver to them. So yeah, great. You have been great as always, so thanks for that. I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.